Well, it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks, and yes, hence I have a starting trouble. But here we are once again with a brand new episode of the Totally Indian Football Show with me, your host Siju, and I have two very interesting gentlemen joining us from Mangalore, if I'm not wrong, because they have a brand that's called MS Sportswear, and it's their initials. That's how the name comes. And if you are from Bangalore or from Mangalore, I'm sure, and if you're associated with sports, you would have definitely heard this brand's name. I have with me both the co founders, Musharaf Hassan and Mohammad Shamir. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time and doing this episode. Though you had to go through a lot of painstake, I'm sorry for that, all the hassle. But finally, you guys are here, and I'm so happy to do this show with you. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Siju. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction.
Great. Let's start with the conversation. Then let's get started. MS Sportswear, I think it has caught a lot of attention on social media as well as out there for a lot of good work that you guys have been doing, especially working with, I think the prominent club that you work with as of now is the BFC Soccer Schools. And definitely among many others, but this is the one that catches your eye if someone's following Indian football. Now, among the others that you support with your kit is Sporting Club Bengaluru. There's Rapid Sports Fitness, and to shout out, we've had Chelsea on the show as well. You also have association with teams in Dubai, and of course Samba FC. Shout out to Amol as well. Who kind of helped me get this contact of Fatima, and then of course you also have closely working with the Student Union FC as well. Now let's start with the journey of the both of you before we come to the brand actually. So if one, you can take turns, you can either of you can go first. Just let me know a bit of a brief about you guys, of what's your background like and how did you eventually come down to getting MS Sportswear live.
Siju, I have started my career when I was very young. Football has been a natural game for me. Okay, I started playing like every child. Since I reached sixth or seventh grade, I realized it. I raised my question to myself. Is it gonna be a hometown game, or should I take it this game as a serious career? So that's how I joined DOSS Sports Hostel, Bengaluru, where I've seen, real what is actually professional football is. Okay. After that, I joined Churchill for a year or two. Then I got injured. I got a long break. Then somewhere, I decided to, stop football and focus on my, something business or career. That's my story, until MS began.
Yeah, Mr. Shamir, now can you share yours?
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank Suji for giving this opportunity to talk about MS and about me. Basically, after my degree, I just started my sports shop in 2012. Then after 3 4 years, I was facing a problem regarding the jerseys and all the customized jersey. I was facing a very big issue. Then to start the factory, I have spoke to Musharaf regarding the production unit. Then the same time he agreed for this. Then on 2016 September, we started the unit.
Yeah, and when I look at when I was asking Fatima about a few details, and I was looking up you all started in 2017, 16 September, and it's almost around that time that you will finish, you will complete 6 years. So it's we are nearing a milestone. So I think even I'm happy that I could do get you guys around that time. Now it's not very often, like both of you mentioned about yes, you'll have had some association with the sport as a player, but then eventually getting into a business model. But it's not very easy, right? That definitely challenges, and we see how entrepreneurship also takes a while to come for whether it's any sport in India. So when you first were setting it up, and also you guys being from Mangalore, right? When you guys were setting it up, what were the challenges like, and how did you guys kind of sustain all of those challenges and today and reach the where you guys are today, where you all are known among the footballing ecosystem or the sports ecosystem rather? So, what were the initial hiccups, and did you ever think that you took up? I mean, probably was it a wrong decision? Did you ever think of that, saying, "Okay, no, let's go back and do something else"?
As I said, I stopped football and I went abroad. Shamir continued, as a sports store. Okay, there he was seeing initially as a demand in sports apparel market. Okay, he was trying to do his best, where he had to import everything from either different state or outsourcing. So he was facing this problem for 5 6 years. Okay, this was his story when he opened his sports shop called Olympic Sports. Okay, after 5 6 years, he has come to Saudi, where he visited, and I was doing well in my other work. So he said we have some problem in India for this. The requirement is huge. The market is has a big potential, but I want someone who can commit and do something. So everything went back to hostel days where we were together playing for state or this matches where we know how we are each other when it comes to any serious things. So I said, okay, let's go back to India. I'll not promise you that I'm going to stay there. I'll come back for 6 months, re-entry. I will not cancel my visa. Then I'll see if I can, we can fix some issues for you. Then I'll go back. So that's how we started MS Sportswear. And MS Sports name, that was again the question whether I will continue this or, Shamir will continue this company. Then again, said anyways, we gonna name it as our own brand. I don't want to, keep it something else as a brand or laterly we want to recognize our own self. So that's how we kept MS Sportswear. M for Musharaf and S for Shamir. When we were doing an initial survey, initially when we started, before starting, we had done a 3 month survey. When I was very serious, okay, let's go down and see for 6 months at least we'll set some business if the requirement is huge. Anyhow, we even I did not come India for 6 years once I went. Okay, I took a long break, but Mangalore was something new for me. Everyone like, okay, don't take this challenge definitely because this industry you're gonna create and manpower has to be sourced from outside. All the machineries and everything is you have to source it from outside. That's gonna be challenge. Then we sat and 24 hours we were discussing on this. So end of the day we came up with that's how we face challenges. If everybody is saying it is not going to happen, then we have to take a challenge now. It became a question for ourselves. We were like, it is not possible to do it. So that's how we started MS Sportswear.
Great. I mean, when the world said no, you can't do it, and that's exactly when you decided, yeah, let's do it. Great. And I think when you mentioned about doing surveys and everything, I'm sure it's been a journey that you guys are now completing 6 years very soon. If you can just and you also later, it was not very long ago that you opened a store in Bangalore, right? In Coxtown, if I'm not wrong. Now, take us to the process of how you guys have done step by step, right? You didn't go say overnight, ठीक I've done the survey and let's do this, and you didn't go ballistically doing everything at once, but you actually did your research, took your time, and did everything step by step. So what was finally when did you all decide, okay, let's have a store in Bangalore now that we have people who know us and we're working with people in Bangalore? How did that came about of an idea of let's have a store where people can come in, walk in, have an experience and stuff?
Before the store, Siju, I would like to tell you that as we started the business, okay, even I and Sami was experienced this key, when we were playing, we get random size of apparel for team gears. If end of the day we have to wear it, what a team coach or any association willing to give us, it is not based on your demand or your size or your number. That was the biggest hurt when I experienced toward my journeys. I'm not able to wear my favorite number. I'm not able to wear exactly what my fitting is. This was an issue. Even he has faced the same challenge. Okay, so when we started a business, we started with some purpose. Okay, if you see a domestic brand, 6 years, or if you go back to 6 7 years back, there was no single brand with the economic price who were giving all good fitting, good cloth, and who has a background with the same industry, connecting to sports. and they understand what exactly as a sports person their requirement is. That's where we catch that gap to figure out key what is as a sportsman, what is their basic requirement is. We understood that need. Okay, that's how we started our customized unit. And that I believe with that purpose is what we are talking about today. That's how our growth happened very very fast, I can say.
Right. When was the decision? I mean, yes, you all did all of that, and I think that's a key point that you brought out, because at times when we've seen when kids kind of when they ask, can I get a bigger size or a smaller size, this is too big what I've been given, usually the answer is no, we can't give you another one. So I think that way addressing that point was great. So when you now work with different academies and clubs, how do you all kind of cut short this gap or try and do, because at the end of the day, even having an extra pair of a clothing is an extra cost for you guys, right, in production wise, in the business side of things. So how do you kind of try and address that issue when kids at the academy that you all work closely with say that, okay, can I get a bigger size? How do you kind of produce all of those units? Do you have extra pair of clothing that that you kind of give out to the academies, or how do you kind of just want to understand how do you address that issue?
We have two different way of order processing. One is B2C and one is B2B, where Fatima is working for B2C. This is more dedicated area where we focus partnership and clubs, where working 3 to 4 years, we understood what problem we are facing instantly, whether kids sizes or issue, or any size or any jersey number issues. We always try to educate the club to before causing to this end, because of our knowledge that is helping us one way. The other way, we always keep extra pairs without printed with us, so that in last moment also we can handle these things. Plus the third way is since we have our own store in Bangalore, we take their existing jersey that will let us know what exactly they are wearing it, or else we will ask their existing jersey size, width or length, where we will get a more information what size to provide them. Okay, and we share our size list initially to understand their sizes. That's how we get more closer to errors.
Right, right. I think that's a great way that you'll have these robust system that gets by. Now, coming to the point of the partnerships you'll have made, right, with different soccer schools, with academies, with sports fitness centers as well, where Chelsea plays a role, where Rapid Sports Fitness. So, how do you all try and choose your partnerships? Like, is there a process? Is there a way where people come to you and ask for partnerships, or is there a way that you guys also kind of endorse and pitch yourselves up to the academies and clubs? And I think Mr. Shamir has been quite way too long. I think you can also address this point. So yeah, just let us know if there's a process of how do you guys take the brand to different clubs or academies, or people come to you.
Yes, Siju. Especially whenever we go for the partnership agreement, before that we'll see about the club. We'll see entire their team quality, then about how their social media is and how we will get the benefit. If you are giving any costume or any product, against that we used to see how we will get the social media thing. And about the awareness also, if comes to Chelsea part, he's a very famous person for fitness. So that's the reason, because of his recommendation, we have got so many orders. So even BFC Soccer School also, we know about soccer school, how it is and how big it is. So that's the reason we focus on them. Always the big clients only we focus.
Right. Now, coming to the point of when you're trying to cater to different kinds of needs, you were very clear in saying that you kind of there is a give and take over there. While you're giving a product, you also need something in return, which is fair enough. So, how do you guys go about in the future? Will we see MS Sportswear probably say partner with even smaller clubs and academies, or in a way in a level of where tie up with tournaments? and we have a lot of tournaments, ringed football tournaments and private tournaments especially. So do you guys see something, where you guys are endorsing yourself as well, but also being partner with the tournament or an academy playing in that tournament?
Definitely, Siju. Definitely, we have a certain plan. But in MS, we have always been, very clear to what is our expectation and what club is expecting from us. Okay, we are not in a rush where we gonna, directly jump into I League or any endorsement or any partnership. We are slowly taking it. We still figuring out, how. See, end of the day, the thing is, we want to answer ourselves what changes MS is giving to the society. Yeah, it's not about only our partnership will make visibility or social media or anywhere. It's not about money and these things. This comes, to be honest, for us, it's a secondary thing. For first, any club approaches, we just ask Fatima, our team, to see who they are exactly, what is their future vision, how serious about are they about their business. Yeah, it's not one time we are giving the kit or we are asking for some photos. We want to work for a longer run. The end of the day, they have to benefit from MS. It's not about MS is benefit from there. Yeah, whether in case of educating or super service or any time in hand partners in any ways. We are looking for how we can educate them, and we being a partner, what is benefit for each other, not only one side. So definitely there is a future vision, but so far we are going very very clear and step by step.
Right. Coming back to the point of when I asked you about the store, right? What was the intention behind? Because, like you said, you're going step by step. Yes, fair enough. And it is a big responsibility, all the more, right? When you have a store to sustain that, because there's additional cost of to maintain and to kind of keep beautify that place, right? Because there's a aesthetics, a design. There's a lot that goes into making a store. It's like building a home. So how do you guys go about that, and how has the response been now, as opposed to while you were just an online platform? So having a store in a very busy city like Bangalore, and where you guys have established yourself very well, how has that been like?
Okay, this happened actually long back. We were planning. We actually waiting for 5 years to complete. Okay, I'll tell you what happened exactly in COVID. Okay, during COVID, when everything was shut, so we tried go online. Okay, we got you got very very good response. Then we trace the data when we see Bangalore, and Mangalore is approaching more towards our products. Okay, and we, to be honest, we were not able to fulfill the entire requirement due to lack of infrastructure facility, or during the COVID time, team was again, they all workers went back to city. So we were facing a lot of problems. Then we had a team discussion and see like whether we'll choose the online path or we'll go offline and slowly take it forward. So we experimented our own store, which is Olympic Sports in Mangalore. The Apart from customization, all the activewear gears like yoga products or swimwear or anything related to gym or training products. So the response was very good, to be honest. The response was very good. The client was same, the customers were same. They were looking for more products from MS, not rather than only customized. There we realized it, there is a demand for more. So when we started posting on social media and going online, there we figured out even Bangalore is slowly asking for more products. So that's how we had a plan one and a half year back or 2 years back to launch it in Bangalore. Something happened in between, and we had to rush to Dubai. We had opened two stores in Dubai. Okay, then I think it's been 4 months. We had to launch something based on our customer, approach and customer demand. We thought, okay, let's do it for Bangalore for now. So yes, definitely that is a two different section. It's one is totally retail, and one is customization. It's two different process. But thankfully, we have a good team. To be honest, they are playing all the parts. Okay, major part decision making or on our operations. We have a good team where they are playing a bigger initiative. They are taking it.
Yeah, yeah. Great. I think also with going ahead now, you did mention a couple of times that how you all are taking it slowly, step by step. Taking up things. Not don't want to rush into it. And you guys have seen also trying out different things. What's in store for all of us apart from yes, definitely all the customization and the retail products that you have. What's in store for us that when we look forward to MS Sportswear, what's coming up in the future? As you mentioned, there are certain plans, and if there's anything that you can share with us on the show.
Okay, definitely there is a big space for lifestyle product and athleisure products since especially post COVID, people I believe all want to be fit, all want to look and so drastically the requirement of the athleisure product and like sports apparel has raised in a big scale. That's the reason yes we have working on our increasing the number of designs and product which customer is liking or get taking more feedbacks.
And do you guys want to expand? Do you plan on expanding, on the store front to more cities, or even on that front, you're like, let's take it one step at a time. Probably stick to one for now, and maybe later. But also, apart from that, how do you see? Like, do you consider any competitors out there? Because this is also a growing market, right? Like you mentioned, there's definitely demand for athlete wear or sportswear rather. So do you see any a competition arising that way, or who are your competitors if you were looking at that?
Competitors, I see in a different way, Siju. To be honest, I see in a different way because see, past before MS, I wore all the brands. Okay, every brand tells their own stories. Okay, I believe in that way. Ki, if you compare to the domestic brand, or if you talk about Karnataka, let's say if you talk about Karnataka, there are few players who came before us. Okay, they were not able to adapt to the new culture, and there are few who came after us. They're also it's all about understanding the market and giving the best product to customer. It's simple as that. If customer is responding to your product, if customer is liking your product, the market is you're fulfilling the market demand. Definitely you're gonna be in the race. I don't see as a competitor. I see it might be if let's say there are many other players in the market. Okay, maybe they like one of the product of MS. I'm not saying all the MS product. Maybe the track pant or shorts or any jackets or anything. That's how there is a space for everyone in the market. You have but you have to be constantly be there with the design with the collections. That's how it market works. It's not because of somebody is dominating. We are not talking about a bigger brand. That's a
Yeah,
different crowd where we are not targeting. If we are targeting about our zone, I think it's open
right.
for all.
Yeah, and if towards almost concluding the episode now, but if I had to ask you, how would you define, or if you had to tell someone or explain to somebody who has not heard about MS Sportswear, how would you describe MS Sportswear to them?
In my way, if I tell you, to be honest, before I start MS Sportswear, there was a market gap where player was not understanding the coach or official was not understanding what exactly a player wants or what he want to feel when he step into the ground. There was a gap. Okay, so we understood that gap very soon, and we connected our dots what we were feeling throughout our journey of football, and we exactly did the same. Our vision was was very clear. We have to give the best service and best fittings. that was our vision for short term. We worked on that. We worked on the fittings. We worked on the quality of the fabric, and we are here.
Mr. Shamir, if I it's the same question to you. If you had to describe to someone new about MS Sportswear.
Yes, especially MS is for customized, as you know. So many teams in our state, they are facing a problem in service and the quality. So whenever it comes to the service part, MS, so many orders we have given in 1 or 2 days, within a day also, and especially about the quality, we don't at all compromise on the quality part. That is the main reason what MS is now. So every client's uh, after one order again, if they want any particular product, they'll come to us only. Only the things they have trust on our quality and the price, and even especially on service.
Right. Yeah. So if I had to sum it up, it's basically catering to the needs of the audience, the customer, and making sure the player is happy of what he's wearing or what she's wearing, and definitely out there for not compromising on the quality or the price. And definitely once the consumer is your customer, he's definitely going to come back to you. So great way. I think this is a good way to start things off to get to know about MS Sportswear and the gentleman behind it. Probably in the coming days or in the coming months we'll have you once again in case if any we'll do a more of these episodes with you so you can also get familiarized with the platform. And I think like I said before we could start recording that I think you guys are doing good work and it should be highlighted. So it's just a great opportunity for me to bring out the MS Sportswear story. And I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that you continue to grow and you continue to, because at times when people grow sometimes what happens is, or what we've seen sometimes is, it hampers the quality or somewhere there's some kind of a dip. But I hope that you guys only rise and only grow from here on. So thank you so much, Mr. Shamir and Mr. Hassan, for joining me on this show and sharing your journey.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
Siju. Thank you so much for this good conversation to understand each other, and definitely, we gonna see you soon again with properly prepared.
No worries. I don't think you guys sounded underprepared any which way, but yeah, hopefully we also can collaborate. I hope it's you don't only limit to clubs and academies. You can also endorse yourself with football podcasts and shows as well. So just sneaking that out there for you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you once again. To all the lovely listeners, thank you for bearing with us this episode. I hope you enjoyed this. And yes, these guys, Mangalore is definitely making a lot of noise in football, so we should watch out for it. And so that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please do like and subscribe and leave a rating on us on our show on any platform that you listen to us, because we're available on all the leading audio platforms. That was Mr. Musharaf Hassan and Mohammed Shamir from the MS Sportswear Story. Thank you once again, guys. We'll catch you next week.